Today we're going to start off a little differently with a monologue. Take that, Xander PS210. Today at work, I was minding my own business when this gentleman walked by, wearing the most awkward shirt I've ever seen and had the bushiest mustache parallel to no one. And I was already in disgust. I looked at this guy who was quite the fool, and as he walked past me I noticed that he had a backpack on. I checked him on the back and it said Jonas Brothers.
All the way from Tokyo, Japan to Toronto, here's another episode of Blunders.
How you doing, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Blunders. In today's episode we're going to be talking about YCS Toronto. Toronto. It's how Canadians pronounce it. Toronto.
Oh.
So if you ever come out to Canada, you have to pronounce it Toronto. What's going to win? What's going to go up in price? And what's going to flop like a mook?
What's a mook?
I don't know. This thing I started to use.
Coined.
So we're going to start it off. I'm going to mention the rabbit deck. Dino rabbits are going to be played, not by much. I think they're going to flop. I think they're going to be played by horrible people who don't really know how to play the deck. So in other words, everyone's going to see them all lose, and we're going to assume it's because they're bad and not because they're being played by bad people.
Because the tins gave us access to Dulka and Lagia.
Rabbits are about 40, 50, 60 bucks.
So the deck's not too out of range anymore.
Let's face it, you only need 2 tour guides.
Everyone got a free, like an extra one now, so...
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
On the new front of crap is the Geargias. Apparently they're splashable in anything and everything. It doesn't even have to be a machine deck, and you can just throw them on in there for some reason. Don't know why. But they do have this amazing 1900 defense spy of sorts, like Gravekeeper Spy, mixed with like a Sangan. It's pretty awesome. It's reusable. It's pretty broken. So be prepared for that. Perhaps this will be the start of us allowing to set monsters again, and maybe Nobleman of Crosso will make a comeback. As well, Cyber Dragon might increase in play again because people are going to be playing machines. Gadgets are not bad, they're still amazing, and this stuff only supports them more. Fair.
The next deck that we think will either top or be predominant is Heroes. Heroes just got the dark one. Everyone's so psyched out about getting the dark one, and they're super polling it up and Miracle Fusion in inning, and they didn't really get hurt by the ban list because the E is still there, and the reinforcements and the bubbles and the bloop, 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 and of course heroics. They also make the deck really good as well. X-Saber Invoker, other hero stuff might be going up in value.
We'll see what happens. And the last thing that you kind of have to worry about, and to be fair, if no one's prepared, we're screwed, is windups. And if people aren't prepared, they're going to win. So everyone's bragging about how perfect this deck is. It's fast, it can OTK, it has a toolbox theme, you can search for whatever you need. Realistically, it's not as versatile as you think, okay? The toolbox in sense is the Exceed deck. And Exceeds are fine, but they're still not broken by any means. I'm sorry, but there is not an Exceed out that rivals Trishula, that rivals Scrap Dragon. Like, sure, there's cards like them in theory, but realistically, they are not the cards. They are not a Stardust Dragon. They are not these cards. They're good, they're just not broken. What this means, everyone is on the verge of taking Effect Veiler out of their main deck, because it's less versatile than it used to be, plus we get OTK'd less now, and we don't have to worry about Insectors. That's fine. Windups get hurt by Veiler. So do a lot of other decks. With us not main decking Veiler, a lot of these other decks can get to the forefront, like Dragunities, randomly throwing it out there. They die to Effect Veiler and Mystical Space Typhoon. If they take out all their Veilers, now you only have 3 cards that really screw over the deck, instead of 6. What you should be worried about is probably main decking Max C. It'll stop the windups, it'll stop any other random OTK deck, and at least you'll have a fighting chance.
So ultimately you have a bunch of things that you could be investing in. You could be investing in the hate for the deck that you think is going to win. So you can invest in Effect Veilers, Max Cs, all those kind of things that are going to stop windups. However, if windups do well, you're probably also going to want to invest in windups, sharks, magicians. They were already set at a low price, so they're not going to jump high. The only thing that really jumps high is ante that deck, because you still want to play your own deck and then side in to that lovely thing that's going to kill them.
On to what we think is going to happen at YCS Toronto. It's going to be roughly a 500 to 700 person tournament. Decently popular for a Canadian event. And the top 1632 is not going to be as diverse as everyone thinks it will be. Sure, it's the start of a brand new format, but people really stick to what they're used to. So whatever they were just playing in the previous format, as long as it wasn't completely pooped on, they're going to still be playing it. The people who are playing Heroes are still going to play Heroes. People who are playing Windups are still going to be playing Windups. And the people who play Dino Rabbit are probably still going to play Dino Rabbit. Worst case scenario, something is going to win that we're all used to already. Unless someone gets very lucky and is able to triumph through everyone else because they built or played something superior, or they just got lucky.
Ultimately, our supreme goal is to top this YCS. I need an official top. Devin needs an official win. So I'll be happy to take second place, and I'm going to put Devin at first.
Thank you. I want a free trip to Worlds, like qualifier. That's what I want.
That's it.
That's what I want. And I want the prize card. To be honest with you, I think this prize card is busted. And when I get one, they're all...
Watch out.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Fusion Gate OTK. Remember, we're going to be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you better come say hi if you're from our area or you're not from this area and you still know who we are. Because we like to meet you.
And, as always, don't make those binder blunders.
P.S.